Good morning. Welcome to our farm. We're in Central Virginia. We have a small goat dairy farm, and we're putting together some inspirational messages that we're calling Reflections from the Stable. Our faith journey took a huge step forward in the plan that God has for His children in Bethlehem. We all know the story, but the Holy Spirit can reveal things that are new and insightful. One of our jobs is to represent the truth to each generation, to our children, to each other, to our wives, to our husbands, to our friends, to our family. What the Holy Spirit is highlighting for me this morning to share with you is the contrast of what God left in heaven to come here to be among us, and how He chose to be among us. He came into dire poverty. There's few people here, at least in the United States, that could identify with the poverty that Mary and Joseph were walking in. But they had something that's critical, and that's faith. They received a word from the Lord, and they acted upon it. That's a pattern that God still repeats. He wants to manifest His love in us. He wants to look at our hearts like they're stables and bring His royal dignity and blessing and riches into our hearts. But He doesn't knock the door down to get in there. You remember Joseph going from inn to inn, knocking? Who would receive him? Who could make room for him? Everybody was busy. Everybody was full. It's hard to fill a cup if it's already full, right? Well, I would encourage you today to make some room. Let God pour into your heart. Let Him arrange a stable that's not too nice into something other than that. Because even though that stable was, I'm sure, in rough condition, it became something else. People came there to worship. People came there to see God for the first time. People left there filled with something far more than they went in with. That's what our faith is about. Letting God give us His Spirit. Fill us up new each day. The Word says His mercies are renewed every day. He knows that we're poor, that we need to have Him transform our lives. It's not going to manifest itself. He didn't change the stable into a glorious palace. But His presence was enough to transform it, to touch lives, to send out the first ambassadors of the good news, those shepherds. Be a shepherd today. Go out and share one thing that God's done for you with somebody today. God bless you, and we'll see you again tomorrow.